Hello and welcome to the Titus Timeout Podcast. I'm Jenny Abney-Civi, and today we're going to answer the question, why is there dirt on my ceiling around my diffuser? Have you ever looked up and seen dirt on the ceiling around a diffuser? A lot of people think that's because the filters in the HVAC system haven't been changed, but that's not the case. Dirt on the ceiling isn't from dirty supply air coming out of your diffuser, it's from dirt in the room that's been induced into the airstream, and it's called smudging. So let's draw a diffuser in the ceiling, and then draw in some walls. Now as the air comes out of the diffuser, it goes along the ceiling and down the walls. As the supply air jet moves through the room air is being induced into it throughout the air jet. So maybe at the beginning of the diffuser, somewhere around here, it's 150 feet per minute and 55 degrees supply air. But further down the jet, maybe it's 100 feet per minute and 65 degree air. And then even further along down here, it's 50 feet per minute and say 75 degree air. The room air is being mixed in with the supply jet to slow the jet down and warm the air up. Since the room air is not filtered, it can carry dust particles to the ceiling, probably not as big as this, but you get the point. And the dirt will stick to the ceiling tiles. Where it is on the tiles depends on the airflow pattern of the diffuser and where the Coanda pocket is. Remember that the Coanda pocket is the low pressure pocket that causes the air leaving the diffuser to be pulled towards the ceiling. So let's draw some diffusers again. In the ceiling dependent versus ceiling independent podcast, I discussed that the ceiling dependent diffuser needs a ceiling to create this low pressure zone. So let's start with that. This is a ceiling dependent diffuser. The supply air jet comes out the inlet, and as it leaves the diffuser face, a low pressure zone is created and it's pulled back up towards the ceiling. This low pressure zone is pulling the air towards the ceiling, and that's how a ceiling dependent diffuser holds its air pattern. It's dependent on the ceiling. This low pressure zone is often where you'll see the smudging on the ceiling tiles just outside the diffuser face. Now let's look at a ceiling independent diffuser. In the ceiling independent diffuser, the low pressure zone is created inside the back pan of the diffuser, so the airflow washes across the ceiling completely, and you're less likely to see smudging. So let's label these. The top is ceiling dependent, and you're often going to get smudging right at the edge of the diffuser on the ceiling. And a ceiling independent diffuser has little to no smudging because the low pressure zone is inside the diffuser. So it is not getting room air and room dirt up in there. Another thing that affects smudging on a diffuser is the airflow pattern. So if you have a diffuser with a round airflow pattern, like our TMS or our Omni, the airflow pattern comes out round or kind of squared off round, but in a 360 degree pattern. So there's nowhere for induced air to get between the ceiling and the airflow pattern. So there's usually no smudging on a round airflow pattern diffuser. But in a four-way blow diffuser like our TDC, where the airflow just comes out in four separate sections, you end up with induction in the corner of the diffuser. It's also going to bring in some room dirt and dust, and you'll often see smudging in the corner of four-way blow diffusers. So now you know what it means when you see dirt on the ceiling around your diffusers. It's not from the supply air, it's the room air that's being induced into your diffuser, and it's showing you that your diffuser is operating exactly like it's supposed to. So that covers smudging. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and thanks for taking a time out with us.